We will now call a common council meeting of December 6th to order. Roll call, please.
Alderman Kirkowski is excused. Alderman Lorik. Dukniak.
Here.
Marshall is excused. Alderman Gale. Here. Alderman Guzikowski.
Here. Everybody please rise for Pledge of Allegiance. Max, you want to start us out?
Flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible.
Okay. First, we come across the minutes of 11/15/22 for approval. If you take a moment and look them over. You're satisfied? There's no further discussion, errors, omissions, or corrections? Motion?
Clerk moves to approve the minutes of November 15th, 2022.
Dukniak, second.
Roll call?
Alderman Lorik.
Aye.
Dukniak.
Aye.
Gale.
Aye.
Guzikowski.
Aye.
And item 4 is approval of minutes of November 22nd, 2022. Once again, if you please take a moment and look. And when you're satisfied, there's no discussion. Motion, please.
Clerk moves to approve the minutes of November 22nd, 2022.
Second.
Roll call.
Alderman Dukniak.
Aye.
Gale. Guzikowski.
Aye.
Lorik.
Aye.
Item 5 is consideration of a resolution of appreciation to Brett Mendola, retiring police detective. Krista, would you please read that into record?
Resolution of appreciation to Brett Mendola, whereas Brett A. Mendola began his employment with the City of Oak Creek on January 15, 1996 as a full-time police officer, and whereas during his 26 years and 11 months of service, Brett A. Mendola has been an integral part of the police department, serving as a patrol officer early in his career, then rising to the rank of detective on May 1st, 2006. And whereas Brett A. Mendola has been a valuable employee during his years of dedicated service with the Oak Creek Police Department, always striving to enhance the quality of life for the citizens of the city, and has been a model teammate for those he has worked with, being well known for his work ethic, his dedication to the department, and his leadership. And whereas Brett A. Mendola received 28 combined departmental acknowledgments and awards, most notably are the Award of Excellence in 2006 for his work as one of the first full-time undercover drug unit officers, and 5 meritorious arrest citations for his work on solving 5 major cases that critically impacted the community. And whereas Brett A. Mendola served with honor, passion, and dedication on several subunits of the Oak Creek Police Department, K-9 handler, emergency response team, and electronic evidence expert. Through Brett A. Mendola's tenacity, leadership, and dedication, the Oak Creek Police Department is more prepared, capable, and ready to serve the citizens of Oak Creek. And whereas for 17 years, Brett A. Mendola has been a member of the Emergency Response Unit, achieving the rank of Master Operator and being an assistant team leader and team leader for the past 12 years. And whereas Brett A. Mendola was one of our first full-time undercover drug unit officers from 2003 through 2005, developing and creating the unit into what it has become today, all while setting the bar for what was expected of those who wanted to be in the drug unit. And whereas during Brett A. Mendola's career, he became a K-9 handler to K-9 Bear from 1998 through 2004, they were recognized for their work by the Oak Creek Police Department and by surrounding police and fire departments. Furthermore, this K-9 team won 2 gold medals and 1 silver medal at the 2000 Can-Am Police and Fire Games, and 2 gold medals and 1 bronze medal at the 2002 Midwest Police and Fire Games. And whereas Brett A. Mendola is retiring from the Oak Creek Police Department after completing 26 years and 11 months of full-time service to the City of Oak Creek. Now therefore be it resolved by the Mayor and the Common Council of the City of Oak Creek, for and on behalf of the citizens of the City of Oak Creek, that sincere gratitude and appreciation be extended to Brett A. Mendola for his years of professional, dedicated, and faithful service to the City of Oak Creek and to the Police Department, and that best wishes for good health and happiness be extended to Brett A. Mendola and his family for future years. Be it further resolved that this resolution be spread upon the minutes of this meeting, and that the city clerk is hereby directed to transmit a suitable copy thereof to Brett A. Mendola, dated the 6th day of December 2022.
Thank you, Krista. At this time, I'll invite Chief Stecker up.
Good evening, Chief Stecker, Police Department. Thank you. I just want to give some recognition to Brett. It's hard to put into a resolution that's a page long, nearly 27 years of hard work. Our employees here are assets, and they're one of our greatest assets that we have. So giving some time to honor Brett's time here and celebrate his time, I appreciate the council taking that into account. And Brett's been a fantastic teammate over the last nearly 27 years. He's helped us get to where we are right now, and it's also very difficult, and it's a bittersweet time because we're having decades of experience walk out the door. And one of the things that Brett's been a part of, though, is helping us with our succession planning and make sure that we have those next people ready to fill those shoes of those that have left us. So, thank you.
Thank you, Chief. Councilman, anything? Want to share anything? You know, I'm just...
On the resolution.
Yeah, I'm just going to add on to the chief's just a little bit. The chief really summed it up. It's really hard to encapsulate everything he did within a page proclamation. 26 years, I don't think we could have got too much more out of this fella. He did everything. I don't know when he had time to do anything else. And he moved right up through the ranks. And I think the chief really pointed out something very important on the succession plan. Not only did he do this, all while he was doing it, he was a role model for the next generation coming up behind him. So we're in really good hands. I'm just going to wish Brett and his family a long, happy retirement. And on behalf of this, myself, the Common Council, and the City of Oak Creek, thank you for your dedicated service. Enjoy your retirement. With that, motion, please.
Guzekowski will second.
Roll call.
Alderman Gale. Guzekowski.
Aye.
Lorik.
Aye.
Dukenyak.
Aye.
And item 6 is a public hearing for consideration of an amendment to an existing conditional use permit for a contractor shop, office, and contractor yard on the property at 8940 South 27th Street. Record, Krista?
Sure. Public hearing number 1 is to consider a request submitted by Dragon Redita RD Invest, Inc. for an amendment to the existing conditional use permit to allow a contractor shop / office and contractor's yard on the property at 9840 South 27th Street. The applicant is Dragon Redita RD Invest, Inc. The property owner is RD Invest, Inc. There follows the legal description, and the date of the notice is November 9th, 2022.
Thank you. Doug?
Thank you. Good evening. My name is Doug Seymour. I am the Director of Community Development for the City of Oak Creek, and this is a public hearing and a request to amend the conditional use permit for the property at 9840 South 27th Street. Council may recall back in 2019 that a conditional use permit was put in place for this property, first to allow for a contractor shop, an office with a yard for outdoor storage. Subsequent to that, in August of that same year, the conditional use permit was amended to allow a telecom user to use the property as well and occupy that yard. That conditional use permit for the telecom user established a 3-year period under which the CUP would be in place and allowed for extensions to that, should the lease and should the city determine that the use remained appropriate at that location. And that's really what was happening here. The tenant is desirous of extending their lease, and the property owner has petitioned the city to amend the conditional use permit to lengthen the term of that particular conditional use permit an additional 3 years. Nothing really will be changing there, aside from some landscaping improvements that at the Plan Commission we talked about that needed to be made. To our knowledge, there have not been any complaints or any issues with respect to that user. The Plan Commission took that into consideration and made the determination and recommended to the council that the conditional use would be extended an additional 3 years for this user. With that in mind, this is a public hearing. Would now state that anyone who has any questions or comments, please approach the microphone, give your name and address, proceed to address those questions to the common council. This public hearing is now open.
Thank you, Doug. We will make 3 calls. This will be the first call. Anybody wishing to speak? Second call, anybody wishing to speak, please approach the podium. Third and final call, anybody wishing to speak, please approach the podium. We will need your name and address. Okay, we will now close the public hearing. Move on to 7, which is consideration of the ordinance approving the amendment to the conditional use permit for the contractor shop at 9840 South 27th Street. I'll open it up to council. Questions, comments?
Here,
Rich?
Dan Alderman, Dukniak, Third District, just comments. I was happy to see that there were no issues with the surrounding neighborhood. And secondly, I was happy to see that in the conditional use permit amendment that they pay that money up front prior to us, or are we approving it tonight?
Well, you're approving the conditional use permit. I mean, it's, again, given the seasonal nature of landscaping, I mean, most likely, avenue would be for, an escrow to be established, for 1.5 times the cost of that until, May, when we can plant again.
And again, it wouldn't be practical to do anything now. I'm just disappointed because this was supposed to have been done during the first 3 years of the original condition.
And you can tell that portions of it, there were attempts at it, I'll say, but for whatever reason, it did not, really never met what was on the landscaping plan. And so just a matter of extending that. We just want to make sure that what the plan says is what will be in the ground.
Anyone else? And in speaking to the applicant, he's working on the landscape as we speak, so, all good there, so we, took care of that. So if there's no further discussions, motion on 7, please.
Still move to approve ordinance 305
Kuzikowski, second.
Roll call.
Alderman Guzekowski.
Aye.
Lorik.
Aye.
Dukniak.
Aye.
Gale.
In item 8 under new business is consideration of a motion to confirm the mayor's appointment of Thomas Kramer as the information technology manager effective December 7th, 2022. Max?
Max Gagan, Assistant City Administrator and Comptroller. So before you tonight is the mayor's appointment of Tom Kramer as the IT manager. So just a little bit of background. Our IT manager, Kevin Koenig, her former manager, left in October of this year, and Tom was thrust into that acting role. And he was really tasked with a challenging set of circumstances. At that time, they were at 50% staffing. Had vacancies both in the manager, network administrator, and technician job. So when we think of the IT infrastructure side, Tom was at for a few weeks until we had some staff filled. So I know certainly long nights and weekends were in his past, but we've seen that he's excelled in his role. I commend him for his recruitments of the IT technician and network administrator positions. Filled those in a timely manner, really challenging job market, especially in IT, as well as keeping some of our current projects on board, as well as meeting with our department, seeing how the IT services division can better serve their needs. So a little bit of background on Tom. He is a military veteran, IT operations, served overseas for a few years. And uniquely, he has also held every position in our IT services department. So he started as IT technician, promoted to network administrator, promoted to assistant IT manager / network administrator, systems administrator, and now hopefully a promotion to IT manager. And then lastly, he's busy here, but he's also starting his master's program in January as well. So he's got a lot on his plate, but certainly excelled in the role. We really look forward to what Tom can bring. He does have challenges ahead of him. He still has two to fill, but I think Tom is here. I know he was at South Milwaukee for another meeting. Tom is here. Okay. So I just asked if Tom can come up and speak.
Certainly.
If he has any words. So, Tom?
Oh, I don't have much to say, but really just thank you for the opportunity. I really look forward to moving forward with this and working with the city. I really enjoy my time I spent here, and hope to continue in a higher capacity.
Anyone? No. You know, I'll just say this. Tom really stepped it up. Not only here, and I'm here part-time, but at the ICC as well. We have a lot of different issues going on concerning IT, not just with South Milwaukee and the people we serve, but throughout the county. And believe me, I rely on his expertise. I'm lucky if I can turn my phones on correctly. So when I get somebody of his caliber there that I can trust, there was just no doubt he was the right man for the job. I'm excited to see what you're going to do. And I'm a big fan of promoting from within, and it's just great. You can definitely lead because he's done it all. So you ain't going to need luck because you're fully prepared. So, with that, motion.
Guzikowski will second.
Roll call.
Alderman Lorik.
Aye.
Dukenyak.
Aye.
Gale. Guzekowski.
Aye.
Congratulations, Tom.
Thank you very much.
Item 9, consideration of an ordinance fixing the salary ranges, salary, wages, and allowances for all full-time and part-time non-represented positions for the year 2023. Max?
So before you tonight is ordinance number 3060, which is fixing the salary and wage ranges, salaries, wages, and allowances for full and part-time non-represented positions for the year 2023. What we commonly refer to as our salary ordinance. And generally speaking, this ordinance provides a 2.5% cost of living adjustment to the employees and adjusting those salary and wage ranges as well. Beginning on January 1st of next year. Just some items to note that we did have the cost of living adjustment included in our 2023 budget, so all of this is funded, and the total cost is approximately $270,000, all of our payroll and WRS taxes. And on November 9th, the Personnel and Finance Committee did review the ordinance and did forward a positive recommendation for the Common Council's approval. And then just the last note, we did have one revision to the salary range. It was one of those that we approved this year, mid-year, and sometimes just didn't catch. So when a motion's made, if we can just ask that the motion maker say to adopt revised ordinance number 3060. So with that, I'm happy to answer any questions the Common Council may have.
Questions for Max? Comments from personnel, anything? All very well deserved. Glad to see everything's going up for them. Not much more I can say. But kudos to everything that's been accomplished here by the staff, and just well deserved raises all the way around. Okay. There's no further discussion. Motion on 9.
Guzikowski will second.
Roll call.
Alderman Dukenyak. Gale. Guzekowski.
Aye.
Lorik.
Aye.
And item 10 is consideration of a resolution acknowledging and filling the 2023 calendar year salary grade plans and benefits for library personnel.
I'll go ahead and take this one on Jill's behalf. What is unique about the library is that it's governed by the Library Board of Trustees, who has the authority to establish the budget and salary ranges for their employees. However, the Common Council does recognize their salary grade plan. Their salary grade plan did provide a 2.5% cost of living adjustment January 1st, 2023. So it was the same wage adjustment that was afforded to all of our non-represented employees. Happy to answer any questions Common Council may have.
Any questions for Max? Okay, seeing none, motion please.
Clerk moves to adopt resolution number 12367-120622, acknowledging and filing the 2023 calendar year salary grade plan and benefits for library personnel.
Dukenyak, second.
Roll call.
Alderman Gale. Guzekowski.
Aye.
Lorik.
Aye.
Dukenyak.
Aye.
And 11 is consideration of a resolution establishing various fees, permits, and changes charged by the city of Oak Creek to be effective 1/1/23. Max?
I'll take that one again.
Busy night for Max.
This item establishes our fees, permits, and charges for the year 2023. And what you'll see is that we did not have many adjustments for this year. So the memo and supporting material outline what those changes are. Primarily, the fire department had adjustments to their EMS related fees, the same percentage as cost of living adjustment. So making sure our cost recovery percentage remains relatively the same. Very small adjustment to some health insurance licenses to be consistent with what the state has. One adjustment to an inspection, and then an adjustment to our special pickup charge for public works. So overall, very minor fee adjustments. Did not adjust many of these within our budget, just given they were such small amounts. So with that, happy to answer any other questions you have, or certainly any of the department managers here can speak to these items.
Questions, comments? Yeah?
Matt,
Yeah, currently it's $25 for a special pickup. Typically 2 to 3.
The adjustment there, I believe, is $50. Right now, it was, we're never in the business of making money. Something that would actually cost us start adding up two fully burdened positions and sizable piece of equipment. Just trying to cover our costs. Oh, it's an excellent service. Not many communities provide this, so we're very fortunate to do that. But we want to make sure that it doesn't come at the cost of having it subsidized by our taxpayers.
Other questions, comments? Maybe a couple minutes? Greg, got anything? Oh. Rich?
I actually do. I believe Alderman Gurkowski may have brought this up in previous years in regard to some of the fee. Are we at a point where we need to
Well, it really, and Matt, correct me if I'm wrong, when it comes to like the switches, they'll say you're doing a remodel. They'll count up how many openings you have for the switch outlet. So it's like a buck per opening, what have you, standard, because the inspector has to go out, make sure it's properly grounded, things of that nature. The other one, you know, for the replacement of a toilet fixture, again, you know, it sounds simple enough, but you want to make sure that it's sealed properly. Water lines are connected. Matt?
Yeah, that's correct. Anytime plumbing is disconnected and reconnected, you are supposed to pull a permit by state code. Granted, a lot of people do not, but that is the fee, is $25.
Just wondering
So-
what the compliance rate.
Well, it's hard to tell. I mean,
But
who's going to
keep
go
in
to each house
mind-
and check new toilets? So,
And
I mean,
again, I understand.
Dishwasher is another one we hear
dishwashers,
about.
anytime you disconnect plumbing from, you know, an area that's already been connected and you reconnect, you are supposed to have a permit and it's supposed to be inspected.
Keep in mind, those two are state licensed trades. So anybody doing that type of work, plumbing, electrical, there's certain licenses that go with it, and you should have it.
Okay,
A licensed person.
understood.
Anything else? Leaf pickup ain't there yet, Ken. Stay away from that one tonight. Is there anything else? If not, motion, please.
Guzekowski will second.
Roll call?
Alderman Guzekowski.
Aye.
Lorik.
Aye.
Dukenyak.
Aye.
Gale.
And item 12 is consideration of a motion to approve the 2023 regular combined common council meeting dates. Have everybody had a chance to take a look at the three we're going to vacate? As a discussion warranted at the last meeting, we did the July meeting, the August meeting, and the January. So 2nd, July 3rd, and August 1st. And if needed, we can always call a special meeting. We do run a pretty long span there in the summertime. We really need something done. No further discussion. Motion, please.
Guzekowski will second.
Roll call.
Alderman Lorik.
Aye.
Dukenyak.
Aye.
Gale. Guzekowski.
Aye.
And now on item 13, community development. Consideration of a resolution submitted by F Street OCLV LLC for the residence and clubhouse at Lakeshore Commons condominium, an expandable condominium, First Amendment plat affecting the properties at 4005 East Lake Vista Parkway. Doug?
Yeah, thanks. I mean, in May of this year, the council adopted or approved the condo plat, essentially, just call it Lakeshore Commons, although there's a longer title involved there. You know, as we progress through the, you know, further construction and some of the issues related to that, there were a few issues which warranted a replat of that condo plat, principally among them the way that they treated the physical limits of the ownership for each, I won't call them parcels, but the land underlying the unit that you own. For setback reasons, the condo plat changes that from the building envelope to essentially the entirety of that parcel if there were actual lot lines. That's one of them. The other, and which is probably more tangible, is that in the area along the northwest portion of phase one, which is along the entrance road on Lake Vista Parkway, I always get those two mixed up. The general development plan is in the process of being changed to allow for townhouse development there instead of some of the villa development, the 2 families and the three families. That required and warranted a change to the condo plat to you know, reflect the change to the townhome style. And those really are the 2 changes to the plat. The Plan Commission has reviewed this and they have recommended their approval.
Questions, comments for Doug? Regarding any of it? Okay. No discussion or questions? Motion, please.
Clerk moves to adopt resolution number 12371-120622, a resolution approving the residences and clubhouse at Lakeshore Commons condominium, an expandable condominium, first addendum plat submitted by F Street OCLV LLC for the property at 4005 East Lake Vista Parkway.
Dukenyak, second.
Roll call.
Alderman Dukenyak.
Aye.
Gale. Guzekowski.
Aye.
Lorik.
Aye.
And item 14 is consideration of a resolution approving the continuation of the City of Oak Creek's participation in the Law Enforcement Support Office LISO program for 2023. And Chief Stecker's going to just do a brief comment for us.
Good evening again, Chief Stecker, Police Department. We've been involved with the Law Enforcement Support Office program for many years, well over 30. They've changed names several times. It's a part of the emergency management through the state and the government, state and federal governments, that allow us to get acquired equipment through them. So it's no cost to us to continue being involved with it. We just need to, as part of their process, go in front of council to say that we're going to continue being a part of this group. We're not looking to procure anything moving into the next year. If we were, there's a secondary aspect to that we need to then explain what we're looking to procure in the following year as well as why we're looking to do it. So right now I'm just looking to stay in the program. Otherwise we would have to give back any of our property that we currently have.
Self-explanatory. There's no questions. Motion, please.
Thank you.
Guzekowski will second.
Roll call.
Alderman Gale. Guzekowski.
Aye.
Lorik.
Aye.
Dukenyak.
Aye.
And item 15 is engineering, and its consideration of a resolution authorizing a second contract extension and addendum to the City of Oak Creek 2020-2021 private property maintenance contract. Matt?
Excuse me, sorry about that. So before you, you have the contract extension to be a second contract extension for the property maintenance. With Robbie's Grading, Inc. The last contract extension was brought forward to you in November of 2021 for this year. It does cease to exist after December 31st. There are 3 available extensions. This would be your second. Basically, there is no change in cost for tonnage and unit remove. We've used this once in the past, I believe. That was last year, cleaning up on Addison Lane property. There is a potential moving forward to be used early in this year, depending on a current court case that's managed right now, I believe, for Monaco's on Howell Avenue. So there was 2 or 3 typos that were brought to my attention. We have contacted Robbie's Grading and provided them with the updated second extension. So basically in the first paragraph on our contract, it would, instead of reading first contract extension, obviously second, the dates would be 2020 to 2021 instead of the 2021 to 2022. And on the last paragraph, instead of first, it'd be second. We have received that signed already with.
Thank you, Matt. Questions for Matt? Much needed service at times, so if there's no further questions or comments. Motion?
Guzekowski will second.
Roll call.
Alderman Guzekowski.
Aye.
Lorik.
Aye.
Dukenyak.
Aye.
Gale.
And item 16 is Department of Public Works, and its consideration of a motion to purchase a 2023 International Plow Truck from Lakeside International LLC, the amount of $202,700. Matt?
Matt Robotuski, Director of Public Works. This item was included in the 2023 capital improvements planned budget, and we're coming to you a little ahead of time before the new year, just to make sure to get this order in. We've seen a lot of delays in other truck vehicles and equipment, most notably our garbage truck, which we probably won't see until the middle of 2023, and we had ordered it back in November of this year, or excuse me, of 2021. So we received our bidding through Lakeside International, and they also ran that through the Sourcewell bid pricing, and the lower cost came in with Lakeside International. This would be a demo unit, so we should get it fairly soon. We'll hopefully see delivery in January if this is approved. And it would be identical to the new vehicle that we had purchased last year in 2022 that we had received. So we're recommending approval of this purchase. It would ultimately replace truck number 30, which is a 1994 International, which was not used for our snow removal operations. It was actually a brush truck, but the truck that it will replace as a frontline unit, we'll move it into as a brush truck. We like to keep the frontline snow emergency vehicles at around 20 years, and then we keep them another 7 to 10 years if they're still serviceable for other uses. So this would be to continue that replacement program.
Thank you, Matt. Any questions for Matt, comments? CIP, so, set. Okay, motion then, please.
Kuzikowski, a second.
Roll call?
Alderman Lorik.
Aye.
Dukenyak.
Aye.
Gale. Guzekowski.
Aye.
And item 17 is the License Committee. I'll turn that over to Alderman Dukenyak.
Thank you, Mayor Dan. The 2022 report indicates there are 16 individuals that have applied for operators licenses in the city of Oak Creek. Any questions from anyone in regard to those 16 applicants? Concerns? We have moved to approve the various license requests as listed on the 12/6/22 license.
Lork seconds.
Roll call?
Alderman Dukenyak.
Aye.
Gale.
Aye.
Guzekowski.
Aye.
Lorik.
Aye.
And item 18 is our vendor summary report and consideration of motion to approve the November 30th, 2022 report in the amount of $638,179.61. Please take a look at the report, and if you have any questions, please take the floor and direct your questions accordingly. And when you're satisfied, there's no discussion, questions, concerns, motion please.
Kuzikowski, a second.
Roll call?
Alderman Gale. Guzekowski.
Aye.
Lorik.
Aye.
Dukenyak.
Aye.
And item 19 is consideration of a motion to convene into closed session pursuant to Wisconsin State statutes to discuss the following. A, section 19.85, sub 1, sub E, and sub G, to consider the claim of Chadlong Lee for damages and cost incurred as a result of a motor vehicle accident with the city vehicle on December 7th, 2021 at northbound Eagle Summit Drive and Ryan Road. And B, section 19.85, sub 1, sub E, to discuss a possible amendment to the tax increment district number 13 finance development agreement for the Lakeshore Commons development. President Gale?
Thank you, Mayor. Bill,
Guzekowski will second.
Roll call.
Alderman Guzekowski.
Aye.
Lorik.
Aye.
Dukenyak.
Aye.
Gale.
We'll now convene into closed session and resume at its conclusion.
Guzekowski will second.
Roll call.
Alderman Lorik.
Aye.
Dukenyak.
Aye.
Gale. Guzekowski.
Aye.
And item 21 is consideration to take action if needed on a motion.
Guzekowski will second.
Roll call.
Alderman Dukenyak.
Aye.
Gale. Guzekowski.
Aye.
Lorik.
Aye.
And before we adjourn, just a reminder on behalf of the Common Council and myself, we invite all the residents out to Drexeltown Square this Friday at 5 to light the square. We'll celebrate the season. There'll be carolers and lighting and music. Laser? I did not hear that.
I heard sets of music.
Would be unique. It's supposed to be quite the experience this year. So, if you have some time on Friday, please come down and celebrate the season with us. So, with that, motion for adjournment.
Work moves to adjourn.
Dukenyak second.
Roll call.
Alderman Gale. Guzekowski.
Aye.
Lorik.
Aye.
Dukenyak.
Aye.
All right. Night, everybody.